Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something a little more old school YouTube style, the Goth Tag. I watched all of the OG YouTubers, Toxic Tears, Riri Phillips, It's Black Friday do this when I was like 13, so this is full circle for me and I've always wanted to do this. So yeah, I'm gonna do it today. I have gotten the questions from Toxic Tears, this video like years ago. It was just the first one when you look up the Goth Tag that pops up, and she had the questions in her description box. So I'm just going off of the questions that were there. I have them on my laptop right here, so if I'm looking down, that's what that is. Alright, question 1. How long have you been goth? Now, I would say I started getting into the goth subculture at around 14 or 15. I remember really being into the music at 15. I didn't particularly dress like I do now because I wasn't allowed to dress that way, but I definitely was into the music. I first got into Nightwish, which isn't really goth, it's more like symphonic metal, but that did like lead me into like the more traditional goth music. I got into The Cure, Depeche Mode, Sisters of Mercy. Sisters of Mercy was actually the first CD I ever played in my car when I got my car, and I was 15 when I got my car. So I definitely know for a fact I was really immersed into goth music by the age 15. How was I introduced to goth? So I'm pretty sure my brother put me on to Nightwish, I can't remember. And then just looking that up a lot, suggested videos were like goth YouTubers, and I vividly remember finding It's Black Friday, Mother, and watching her videos about like goth music suggestions, and that's like what gripped me. Question 3 is, what gothic subculture would you put yourself in? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Do people even like care about that anymore? I feel like that's such a 2000s thing to care about. Definitely not trad goth. I don't really like to associate myself with like the whole trad goth subsection of goth. I would put myself, if anything, like a new wave. I know a lot of people don't like to count that as goth, but if I had to put myself as anything, I really just describe my music taste and myself as new wave. I don't know. I don't know. Goth? Does that work for y'all? It works for me. So number 4, what do you believe to be the basis of the gothic subculture? 1, pet peeve. I just hate the word gothic. I don't know why. Like, are you gothic? I hate that. I hate that. All you have to do to be goth is just simply listen to the music and then be educated. Educate yourself on the history of the subculture, and that's enough for me. I know some people like to say it's just listen to the music, but I do think it's very important to educate yourself on the history of the subculture and how it got to where it is today, and like the founding members, bands, all of those things. Just overall be educated and listen to the music. It's not all about the aesthetics, the fashion. That's just subsidiary, what is the word I'm looking for? The fashion is not the most important thing is what I'm trying to say. Question number 5. What do you dislike about being goth? Okay, so there's different things that I dislike about being goth, or like the goth subculture, because I have a lot of gripes about like the TikTok goth, online goth subculture that has arose in the past 2 or 3 years. I have a lot of gripes with that, but I could make a whole YouTube video on that. But what I just dislike about being goth is it's overstimulating, like wearing all of the chokers, the necklaces, the fishnet, the tight clothing, sometimes loose clothing, it's snagging on things, makeup. Like, I don't wear foundation unless I am filming for YouTube or going to a goth event. Like, just this amount of makeup is just so overstimulating, and I can't do it very long. That's like my biggest I don't like about being goth, is just it's overstimulating, which is like a personal choice. I don't have to layer all of these things and wear certain clothing, but I do like the way it looks. So I just make accommodations for myself. You know, if I'm going to an event, I know that event's only like 3 or 4 hours, I can deal with it for 3 or 4 hours. If I know it's going to be an all-day thing, I might not wear this choker, I might not wear 3 necklaces, and I definitely probably won't wear a fishnet that gets snagged on everyone and everything. You know, just making accommodations for myself to make myself more comfortable in whatever situation I'm in. And yeah, that's really my only gripe with being goth. Question number 6, what do your parents think about it? So my actual mom and dad were both victims to the opioid epidemic. So my mother is no longer in my life, and my dad sadly passed away a couple years ago, but they didn't like, I wasn't raised by them. I was adopted by my actual paternal grandparents. Not to say I didn't know my dad. I did know my dad. I got to know him at around age 16. He passed away when I was like 18, 19. I think I just turned 19. And for the time that I knew him, I didn't look like this in particular, but I definitely didn't look normal. So he didn't really care. He was all for it, you know? So as I was saying, my grandparents raised me. My grandmother is like 70. She hates the way that I look, but she honestly doesn't know that I look like this all of the time when she's not around, because when she does come around, I have to look as normal as I can, because she would not be having this. She dislikes my tattoos, my piercings, the way I dress, my hair, anything and everything, but she's never seen the real me. So if she saw like me like this, she'd probably have a heart attack and die. She's very vocal about how she doesn't like it either. So I know for a fact she doesn't like it. My grandfather, he has never one to say many words, or say many rude things in general. He probably doesn't like it, but he would never say that he doesn't like it, because my grandmother is so vocal about how she dislikes it. Number 7, eyebrows or no eyebrows? I'm a no eyebrows gal till I die. Y'all know that clip of Kim Kardashian? She says, nude selfies till I die. Me, no eyebrows till I die. Number 8, what is your favorite band? If you are subscribed to my YouTube, you know this question very well. It is the band Priest. I've seen them 2 times and they are my all-time favorite band. A lot of people don't count them as goth, they're more synth, but I would have to say that my favorite like goth band that people associate with goth the most would be Depeche Mode. Number 9 is your opinion on Marilyn Manson. So when I was like 13, 12, I was really obsessed with Marilyn Manson. I had every Marilyn Manson shirt you could think of. I owned his book, every CD, everything. I did get to see him live when I was 18, and that was like a full circle moment for me, like just healing my inner child. I confided a lot in Marilyn Manson's lyrics and his interviews and the way he spoke, because he is a very intelligent man, whether he's liked or disliked. That is not to dismiss what has come out recently about him and the allegations that he has against him. So yeah, for that reason, we don't support Marilyn Manson anymore. And the last question is, what were your baby bad days like? So my baby bad days, I would say, were around 15, 16, 17, 18. That was my baby bad era. I felt really confided because I lived with a grandparent who wouldn't let me express myself outwardly the way that I felt inside and look the way that I wanted to look. So I would dress up in my room at night, put on makeup at night, take pictures in my room at night, and not really like look the way that I wanted to. I wasn't allowed to dye my hair, you know, stuff like that. I did push boundaries sometimes. I remember spending many days in like a historic cemetery in South Alabama, because that's where I lived. Just sitting out there with an Edgar Allan Poe book, chilling in a graveyard, the most cliche thing you could ever do, but I was a baby bat. I was killing it. It was very nice to be just chilling in a graveyard, because literally no one was there. It was a historic cemetery. It was old. They had like an old church attached to the cemetery, so just going in there and exploring and all of those things, it was really fun for me. But I did like try to conform as best as I could, especially to the people around me, because I knew that those people wouldn't like the music that I was listening to. I remember trying to show one boyfriend that I had like The Cure and Sisters of Mercy, and he kind of got into it, but not really. So I would just like conform and listen to what everybody else was listening to, as well as listening to goth music. Basically just surviving. And I was a teenager in high school, and high school is rough, so sometimes you just have to blend in to get through it. But now I'm very grateful to live away from all of that and be done with all of that and be who I am now. And I just know that Sadie back then is very, very pleased with the Sadie now. I also know that baby bat Sadie yearned for a community like the community I have here on YouTube. So I'm very grateful for all of you. I will always take any opportunity I can to thank you all, the people that subscribe to me and keep up with me and comment and like and even just like watch from afar. I appreciate you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed the Goth Tag, trying to bring back a little bit of OG YouTube vibes to the scene now. Before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and comment below when you got into goth. I want to know, what has your goth journey been like? So don't forget to turn on the post notification bell. I just looked at my analytics the other day and 11% of you guys have your notifications on for every single time I post, and thank you so much to whoever has their notifications on. To turn your notifications on, just click the little bell next to the subscribe button and you'll get a notification anytime I upload a video, post on my community tab, all those things. You can also keep up with me on TikTok and Instagram. It's at Lady Sadie Jade and it's always linked in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!